Thanks for listening to Audio Oasis, the Northwest Music Show. My name is Sharlese. I'm your host, and it's now time for a live in-studio performance with Arkomo. Audio Oasis, KEXP, Seattle.
What the witness saw, they cut me off from another form. From a short report, they took me in and dropped me off. And they said, just sing if you need to talk. else, I kept my mouth shut, that was all that I could do. You could stick to stoking the fire until I got the nerve to light it off. And I had pushed myself into the pond, and I could muster swim until you started to respond. You dried all the water with your wand, and I landed safely on my feet. She moved like a spirit and commanded her limbs like tornadoes of rhythm. She moved like a spirit, commanded her limbs like tornadoes of rhythm. She moved like a spirit, she commanded her limbs like tornadoes of rhythm.
Listening to a live performance by Arkomo. You just heard Pond and Dirty Flag. Both of these songs are from the new album Ace Imagery. And Arkomo, also known as Sam Anderson, joined by Aaron Benson, who has played with Tilson XOXO and KK and his Weathered Underground. I'm sure I don't have them all.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Yeah, cool.
There's quite a few.
Well, it's nice to have that roster, I'm sure. That little plain roster.
I'm very lucky to get to play with amazing musicians all the time.
It's really
cool.
nice to have you here. You guys sound great. This is perfect. I just recommended Arkomo Ace Imagery as one of my highly recommended honorable mentions, which is not a demotion at all. It just means
no. I was next to some really cool folks there. I appreciated that.
Yeah, it's so much fun to listen to, and let's see. So you're a part of Hey Marseille, and you also are a local producer. And one of the things that I found very interesting about the record is we hadn't heard anything from you before. So listening to the album is completely new. It's just everything's new about it. The sound and everything. Can you talk a little bit about that? It's really fun, and I feel like sometimes the lyrics get really personal.
Yeah, I've been developing this project or this material for probably 3 or 4 years, and just intentionally kind of kept myself from releasing material because it was actually a very kind of weirdly private thing that I was working on, because I just kind of had a sense I was developing like my own sound, and it wasn't at the point I wasn't comfortable with it quite yet. So this record, I guess, represents like me being comfortable with sort of letting people in on this thing that I've actually been working on for a long time. So
you are a multi-instrumentalist. So did you play a lot of the instruments on the record?
Yeah, I did everything on the record.
Wow. Yeah. So at what point did you let other people in?
About a year ago, I started putting some of the demos up on SoundCloud, and it was actually a lot of it wasn't just demos. I mean, it was like pretty refined stuff, but it wasn't mastered or anything. So that was kind of the point. I mean, it was weird. It was weirdly private. Like my bandmates and my siblings and my roommates and stuff kind of found out about it at the same time as everyone else. Yeah,
I remember Benjamin Berdos from Iskadaf. He posted your SoundCloud, and I was like, what? Mm-hmm. And I went through all of the songs, and Dirty Flag is such a jam. It's like a 2013 jam.
You know, what's funny, actually, I sent that song to you, I think, 2 days after I finished it, or like put the finishing touches on it and sent it to you like later that afternoon.
Yeah.
And you passed it along to John.
Yeah.
And John played it on the morning show the following day. Yeah. It just blew my mind because I had just produced this in my studio. So
it's kind of like gossip. It travels fast when it's good.
Yeah.
So you recently played at a psych hospital.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
I was playing with my dad and my brother, Jacob, and my dad's friend Paul and my other brother Andreas also. I think I don't know where the connection came about. A friend from Anderson Island, which was my hometown. I think somebody who worked there asked us to do it, but it was really interesting. I made some new friends.
That's awesome.
I didn't feel like we had too much, like I felt like we had something strangely in common, actually. Kind of like,
Did anyone dance?
Oh yeah, we had some dancers. We also had some, that one entire table of people. We were probably playing for 120 people or something.
Awesome.
And one entire table of people stood up in the middle of our first song and tried to walk out because they were like, this isn't good. We don't
wow.
like this. Well, they have no filter.
Yeah.
No filter. So
right.
it's like,
so you got
they're just like,
some
we don't like
honest
this.
feedback on your music.
We don't like this. We're out of here. And,
all right.
And then they actually were prohibited from leaving, which was
so they had to stay through it. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here today performing on KEXP. So
thank you so much for having us.
There's not much of a crowd here except for me, so I'm kind of a super fan. So I hope that works. Okay, so you have a couple more songs?
Yeah.
Great. Arkomo live on Audio Oasis KEXP.
Makes me difficult to know. I found another issue to tack on the post. I talk but I'm close. My direction was fixed and the switch came on so strong. But you can make me feel it, but it's hard to get close. You can make me feel it, but it's hard to get close. You can make me feel it. It's hard to get close. You can
Arkomo live on KEXP.
Second base, I think we've been a little lonesome. How you send me spinning with your subtle hinting, so special. Every single vision that you're giving me written on a bedroom. The rose grows up in the morning, the embers down at night. The rose grows up in the morning, the embers down at night. The rose grows up in the morning, the embers down at night. The rose grows up in the morning.
Rose in your eyes grow. Sharlese, your audio oasis to me is so incredible. Smile for the cameras, framing that rose of eyes of yours, like that passion that I dream about every day. My heart beats in sync to the growth of a rose in the concrete. Diddy bop, we bop diddy, and all that. For scat purposes in the drum rolls, it all grows. And as you see the seeds, embrace this.
Up in the morning, the embers down at night. The rose grows up in the morning, the embers down at night. The rose grows up in the morning, the embers down at night. The rose grows up in the morning. Secret scared and the embers flared and the roses swallowed. Every breath when you were there in the morning. The roses grown and the ashes blown and the story follows. I think I'll be alone in the morning. The secret scared and the embers flared and the roses swallowed. Every breath when you were there.
I don't know what to do right now. All these
Shout out to Tilson. Thank you.
Happened all at once. Like Tilson walks in, Lake is in here. Like Lake is in the station. So I love Tilson. I love Lake. I love this. And I'm supposed to be professional and I can't even contain myself right now. That was the coolest thing ever. And I realized that there's a third mic there, and I didn't know that anything was going to go down. So, awesome moment for Sharlese on Audio Oasis. That was great.
Thank you. That's the first time anyone's really heard that song.
Yeah, that was so awesome. I don't even know what to do right now. I guess I should just stop.